It's April 19th, and I'm Bailey Gardner.
And I'm Jacob Latimer.
Here with this year's 20th episode of the CCN. Today we'll get into some entertainment with What's the Rage with Gage and Cage, movie reviews with Kirsten and Drew, sports with Isaac Thatcher, and co-host Will Kyle. Also, we have Whether or Not with Seth Watkins and Will Kyle, and Imagine with Matt and Jen.
On top of all that, Bailey and I will fill you in on some important school announcements and some world news. It's time for the CCN. U.S. President Donald Trump vowed a strong response to the alleged chemical weapons attack on the rebel-held city in Syria, and that's exactly what he delivered. Precision missiles were sent to Syria last Friday during a coordinated attack with Britain and France. Russian President Vladimir Putin warned that the world will see chaos if Syria is attacked again.
A spokesman for Russia's defense ministry accused the UK of being involved in staging the chemical attack. The U.S. and France say they have proof it took place and, alongside the U.K., are considering military retaliation. Russia, which has military forces deployed in Syria in support of the government, has warned that the Western airstrikes risk starting a war. During a press briefing on Friday, Mr. Lavrov said he had an irrefutable evidence that the attack was staged as part of a Russophobic campaign led by one country, which he did not name.
To continue discussing this topic, we sent out Ava and Parker to talk to some of you about your feelings on the possibility of another war.
I'm Parker Hara, here with
Noah Thomas.
And I'm going to be asking you basically what are your views regarding the U.S. interference in Syria?
Well, I think that they are necessary because their leader, Assad, is basically killing his own people for no reason, and we have the resources to help those people over there, so I think we need to be over there.
Thank you.
I think we should stay out of it. Yeah.
Thank you.
I support our interference because people's civil liberties over there are being threatened by Assad, so I support our decision in going over there.
Thank you for sharing your views.
I don't support it because we need the money in the states that we are using on the bombs, and we don't really have an involvement over there. So.
Thank you for sharing your views.
I think not, because in Syria it's kind of like dangerous because it has a lot of wars, and it used to like kill mothers and children, and that's why people from Syria wants to come to America to find a safe place, trying to make themselves comfortable.
Thank you. And I'm asking you, what are your views on the U.S. interference in Syria? Do you think it's our right to get involved, or do you think we should stay out of it?
We should stay out of it and be peaceful.
Thank you.
Imagine this.
What did you guys learn from this school year?
I'm here with
Maddie Bryant.
What is one thing you've learned this year?
That I need to start putting forth more effort in my schoolwork to have a better future.
Thank you. I'm here with
Mackenzie Poe.
What is one thing you've learned this year?
I've learned to trust my peers more whenever we're working on group projects.
Thank you. What have you learned this year?
Don't trust fake people.
Thank you. What is one thing you learned this year?
Make your main focus school.
Thank you. What have you learned from this school year?
That time goes by really fast.
Thank you. What did you learn this school year?
I learned to just be yourself and don't let people get to you and judge you.
Thank you. You're welcome. I'm Genesis, and I'm here with
Emily.
Emma.
What is one thing you've learned from this year?
I've learned how to draw in perspective. Not to slack off in class.
What is one thing you'll bring with you to your next year?
Finding out a way to sleep in class without being caught.
just try new things and do your work.
Thank you.
I'm here with
Miss Schmidt.
What has this year taught you?
Well, this year I have really realized that students aren't always what they seem, and the ones that struggle the most usually need the most help. That's pretty much what I've learned. It only took me 11 years, but I've really learned it this year.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What is something that you've learned this year that you can take with you to the future?
That no one has your back like you do.
Thank you.
Don't trust fake people and pay attention.
We've enjoyed learning what y'all have learned this year.
Imagine that.
It's time for some announcements.
FCC LA Banquet will be May 2nd in the cafeteria. Turn in your RSVP sheet to Miss Jenny by Friday, April 21st in room G302.
Attention juniors. Through a partnership between HCHS and Madisonville Community College, there will be an early college program for seniors for the 2018-2019 school year. Applications are available at each unit desk and should be returned by Monday, April 23rd, 2018. There will be an informational parent meeting in the Media Center tonight at 6 p.m.
The band is looking for new members to be a part of the Color Guard. Please come to the band room or talk to Maggie Morris or Zaria Bradley for more information.
Hi, my name is Isaac.
And I'm Will Kyle.
Let's get into some sports. The NHL playoffs have been going on, and here are some results from their games. The Penguins beat the Flyers 5-1. The Wild beat the Jets 6-2. The Blue Jackets defeated the Capitals 5-4. And the Golden Knights defeat the Kings 3-2.
The NBA started their playoffs last weekend, and here are some of the results from the first games. The Pacers beat the Cavaliers 90-80. The Thunder beat the Jazz 116-108. The Rockets beat the Timberwolves 104-101. The 76ers beat the Miami Heat 130-103. And the Warriors beat the Spurs 113-92.
The 2018 NFL Draft is coming up soon, and Will and I are going to tell you our top 5 predictions in this year's draft. So, Will, you can go first.
With the first overall pick, the Cleveland Browns select Sam Darnold, quarterback from USC. With the second overall pick, the New York Giants select defensive lineman Bradley Chubb from the University of Georgia. From the third overall pick, the New York Jets select Josh Rosen, quarterback UCLA. With the fourth overall pick, the Cleveland Browns select Saquon Barkley from Penn State. And with the fifth overall pick, the Denver Broncos select this year's Heisman winner, quarterback Baker Mayfield from Oklahoma. Now, Isaac, what are yours?
All right, for the first pick in the 2018 draft, the Cleveland Browns will select quarterback Josh Allen out of Wyoming. With the second pick, the 2018 draft, the New York Giants will select defensive lineman Bradley Chubb out of Georgia. Then with the third overall pick, the New York Football Jets will select quarterback Josh Rosen out of the University of California, Los Angeles. And with the fourth pick, the Cleveland Browns will select running back Saquon Barkley from Penn State. And with the fifth overall pick, the Denver Broncos will select offensive guard Quinn Nelson out of Notre Dame. Well, that's all we got for sports. Now it's time to go to a movie review with Kirsten and Drew.
Guess who's back again? Hello again, County. We have returned for another exciting segment of movie review with Kirsten and Drew. As always, I'm Drew.
And I'm Kirsten. This week we saw the much anticipated Ready Player One. With me being the dork that I am, the moment I saw Tracer from Overwatch, I was immediately drawn in.
Ready Player One is based off the science fiction novel, which has the same title, written by Ernest Cline.
The setting takes place in a dystopian society, with the year being 2045, where a virtual reality video game called The Oasis has created an uproar within the society after the game's creator, James Halliday, dies.
Halliday creates a hidden Easter egg in the game, and the player who wins the egg receives an amazing prize, real and virtual. This is where Wade Watts, the main protagonist, comes in, because he is the first to find one of the 3 keys to get the egg. Problem is, this puts Target on his back in the real world. Part of the fun are all of the references to the pop culture from the 80s and 90s.
Okay, so there's the Halo dudes, there's ninjas, there's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, there's a big robot, and there's ninjas.
Kirsten!
Sorry. Okay, sorry.
So, What was your favorite part?
Tracer, definitely Tracer. And what was your favorite part, Drew?
I would say my favorite part was the tributes to the media outside of gaming, such as the homages to movies such as The Shining and Willy Wonka. Oh, and let's not forget Artemis in general. She was super cool.
I agree. Her skills on the bike during the death race made me wonder if she's a better gunter than Parzival. Well, that's all we got this week.
See you next time on Movie Review with Kirsten and Drew. Next is What's the Rage with Gage and Cage.
Good and talk, everybody. I'm Gage Johnson.
And I'm Cage Hazelwood, and this is yet another What's the Rage with Gage and Cage.
The new Avengers Infinity War comes out, and Isaac...
Oh, gosh. It's cramped in there. Okay, so the newest Avengers movie, Infinity War, that's coming out in 8 days, is about Thanos, who's a mad titan. He is coming to Earth to find the rest of the Infinity Stones that have been referenced in the previous Marvel movies. And the Avengers... or have to do is reunite once again to stop the Mad Titan from taking over the world. All right, guys, let's you back to it.
The new God of War game just came out recently. Isaac.
Okay, I'm back. All right, so... All right. God of War came out on the PlayStation 4 about a few days ago, I believe. And it has really good graphics. It's gotten really raving reviews for its graphics, its gameplay, and the story, which is no longer in Greek mythology, but using Norse mythology instead. Which, after the events of God of War 3, spoilers, Kratos kills all the Greek gods. Now Kratos must raise his young son in a world where the Norse gods rule over the world.
The new Far Cry 5 game came out not too long ago, and Isaac?
You gotta be kidding me. I'm back. Okay. Ugh, jeez. Ugh, it's cramped down there. Okay, so Far Cry 5. It's about you go into Middle America, which usually in the Far Cry series you go to a foreign land like, Asia, Africa. I haven't really played Far Cry, so I don't know much about this, but I do know that's in Middle America in Montana, and it's ruled in a fictional small county called Hope County, and it is taken over by a religious cult by the name of a man named Joseph Seed, and you must travel through that part of that county to stop Joseph from whatever his plot is. That's all I got for Far Cry 5. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Isaac. That will be all for That will be all for What's the Rage with Gage and Cage.
Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of the CCN. Stay tuned after our sign-off for information on how you can connect with us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
As always, we'll be back next time letting you know what's going on in your world. Have a great day, County. I'm Jacob Latimer.
And I'm Bailey Gardner, signing out.
Yeah. Sure, I guess. I could play Okay, wait, one more time. Jazz.